Thanks so much for joining me here. I hope you're doing well. And I appreciate you letting me borrow a few minutes of your time. I wanted to send this video to a very special group of people, you included, to invite you to consider joining me for an awesome transformative experience coming up in January. You may have heard I've shared that I've recently joined a company called Happiness Squad, and I am taking on the privilege, the honor, and the humble role of the Rewire Yoga Program Manager, bringing the Rewire program that currently exists as a business-to-business wellness model and transforming it into the yoga community. So I'm going to back up real quick and give a shout out to this amazing book called Hardwired for Happiness by Ashish Katari. So this book launched a little over a year ago, and I remember when this book launched, I immediately connected to it and started reading it and sharing it with my yoga students, theming to each of the 9 practices outlined in the sunflower model. Now, this is not brand new, groundbreaking information, but what it is taking this abundance of knowledge and wisdom that we have, that we cultivated on the mat, or that we're trying to cultivate in other ways, meditation, well-being, energy. We all have our things that make us feel good and fill up our cup. But often what happens is when we're done with that practice, it stops there. How do we take that practice off the mat, so to speak, and bring it into our day-to-day life, at work, at home, and in our relationships? So when I read this book and started sharing this as a theme with my yoga students a year ago, that's when I made the connection, the aha. So now that I have the privilege and the honor of being able to represent this workshop and this program, I would love to invite you to join me in January. It's a 12-week course in which we will meet together for just 1 hour a week on Zoom. We'll come together with the support of the community of people all over, and we work through the 9 practices that start from self-awareness and move us all the way through to intentional living, so that we learn through 5-minute micro practices, and I want to pause right there, scientifically proven practices to rewire your brain to go from its natural response of fear to instead shift to happiness. This is a beautiful, amazing way to transform your yoga practice on and off the mat. Truly, I have seen this help me. I had an amazing journey over the last few months of recovering from a very impactful life experience, and I picked up this book and started putting those micro practices back into play, brought it to my mat, took the space of a student, and now it's transforming my teaching again. This program is open to yoga students, whether you have a long, loyal practice or you're just dabbling in it and you want to learn more about the mindfulness of yoga. This is not a physical asana workshop. This is all about taking the seat, giving yourself space to reflect. We spend a lot of time in action on the mat. Let's reflect and think about our practice and rewire it. It's also open to teachers. So maybe this is an opportunity for you to take the seat of the student and rewire yourself. As you know, that will also benefit your teaching. And just if you are interested as a certified yoga teacher to become certified to represent Rewire, let me know, because we have a program coming up in the spring for certification. Meanwhile, shifting back to the invitation, January is when we'll come together towards the end of the month. I'm looking at January 24th to be our kickoff. 12-week program to rewire your brain from fear to happiness. Understand these principles and these 5-minute micro practices so that you can really take your practice off the mat and into your day-to-day life. Let me know what questions you have, and I'll have lots of information to support this video so you can look through the program a little bit more in depth and ask me about registration and how you can get started and join together. And if you have any friends or family members or coworkers that you think might benefit from this as well, please extend this video to them, extend the invitation to join together. And I look forward to kicking off the new year with this beautiful practice. And let's create abundance in our life and be a part of a huge movement. Ashish Katari and the Happiness Squad are on a mission to transform the lives of 1 billion people. Imagine shifting 1 billion people from a fear response to a state of being in happiness. Because let's remember that happiness is not an emotion, it is a state of being, and we deserve to be in it as long as possible. All right, I leave you back into your day. I can't wait to connect with you and talk about this program and hopefully see you in January. Happy holidays.